Hi guys, so today's video is kind of a follow-up video to my previous acne.org update. I didn't really plan on doing another one very soon, and I think I said in my last video that I wasn't going to just because I don't feel the need to do one like every other day or whatever. So basically I was doing this one because if you watched my last video, and I'll post a link below if you didn't, I've been having some issues there for a little while with my acne.org regimen, which I have been doing since April of this year, and everything was going great, and then I started having some problems, just some breaking out like constantly, mostly like on my nose and stuff like that. So I kind of stopped doing the regimen for a little while. I mean, not stopped, I guess, but I was just kind of using different products and like giving my skin a break from the acne.org, the cleanser, the BP moisturizer, all that stuff. And at first it was going really well. I kind of substituted my my Neutrogena Skin ID products that I had, which was a foam cleanser with salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide treatment, and then the moisturizer, which I believe also had salicylic acid in it. So for the first like week or so that worked really well, and then I started noticing that I was getting like cystic acne on my face, and I never get that anymore. Well, since I started using my acne.org regimen, I had no longer been getting cystic acne. I'm not someone who suffers from it constantly, but every once in a while I used to get them, just random places, mostly on my forehead, but I had a few around my nose, on my chin, things like that. So that was really weird to me, and I think I got like two. I got one down here on the side of my face, and then I had one on the side of my head, just randomly, no real reason. I hadn't been using different makeup or anything strange. I just randomly was getting these huge painful breakouts, and it wasn't, I mean, obviously if you've ever had cystic acne, you know that there's really nothing you can do aside from just waiting it out. You can't pop them because there's really nothing in there to pop. It's just kind of like inflammation. So that was really frustrating, and like I said, I noticed that when I was doing the acne.org system with their products, that didn't happen. So I went back to using that after my skin was, having problems with the products that had salicylic acid in them, and I stopped having those problems. My face cleared up, and I hadn't had any problems since then. I did get, I don't know if, like I was saying in my last video, if my skin just kind of got used to the products I'd been using and I needed to maybe take a break, because ever since then my skin's been great. I think I had like maybe one pimple. I had one like right here, and it was after I had used a new foundation that happened, so I don't know if that was maybe the cause of it, but other than that I really haven't had anything. I think that was like the only thing I've had since my last video, maybe like a couple tiny ones, because basically the regimen for me works amazing. I don't really break out when I'm using it. I mean, I would get a couple of little ones here and there, but again, nothing real substantial, nothing that would ruin my day, nothing that I really ever needed to break out like concealer for or anything, like that. So, like I said, I think maybe I just needed a small break from what I was using, because now that I'm going back to using it the same way that I was, my skin's great and it's happy and whatever. There is one thing that I am doing differently that I've been really happy with. I actually need to go grab it because I wanted to show you this and I totally forgot to get it. Okay, I also wanted to turn off my space heater. I'm sure that was annoying, but it was really cold in here and I turned it on and now it's getting like super hot. So anyway, I had, in the meantime, while I was, I went back to the acne.org, like I said, and then I had talked to somebody on Instagram who had recommended a facial cleanser that really helped her skin, and it cleared it up and everything, because she'd always had really bad acne or whatever. What is this? And I couldn't find it in my store for a while, so I finally found it in my Rite Aid, and I went ahead and grabbed it, and it's from St. Ives, which I use their stuff a lot, but I had never gotten a chance to try this one because I can never find it. It's the Blemish Control Green Tea Scrub, and It's got all natural ingredients or naturally derived or whatever. Now, this does have the salicylic acid in it, which caused me a problem again. Because basically what I did when I got this is I had, like I said, gone back to my acne.org products, the cleanser, moisturizer, everything, and that was doing great, and then I decided I'm going to use this as my cleanser. So I did, and the first few days went great because this is, it exfoliates. It's not real, I don't know, I really probably won't be able to show you, but it's green, and they're really fine granules in there that exfoliate your face, and it actually smells fantastic. So I talked about in my previous videos, I think, that every time I would exfoliate my face, be it like I would use a scrub or I would use my cleansing tool to exfoliate my face, it felt great, but then I would break out afterwards. No matter what I did, I would always break out. So I used that for a couple of days, and I didn't notice that I was breaking out or anything after that. Like my skin, as far as like little breakouts, you know, just as small ones I would get around my nose and my chin and stuff, I wouldn't get those. So I was really encouraged, and I was like, this is great. So I did that plus the rest of my acne.org regimen, the BP moisturizer, everything. And then I started getting cystic acne again after I started using that. And I think I got one, where did I get it? I forget exactly where it was. I think it might have been on my chin or something that I got with this one. I don't know. But it was just so weird because the only time I would ever get that is when I used products that had the salicylic acid in it. So I was really disappointed because I had really been hoping that that was going to work for my skin because it just made my skin feel so amazing and smooth and soft and everything. So I went back to using everything again, and what I've kind of been doing with this is I alternate it. As I talked about in I think a previous video, I was using, and I still do sometimes, the L'Oreal Go 360 Clean Cleanser. It's in the orange bottle with a little scrubby pop-out thing. What I would do with that is I would kind of use that in place of my acne.org cleanser every once in a while. For example, in the morning I would use one cleanser, in the evening I would use a different one, or I would only use the other cleanser every other day, you know, just something like that. So that's kind of what I've been doing with this, and it's actually working out for me really well. I use the acne.org mostly because that cleanser, it's very gentle, it doesn't have any scent, anything, and it's there's no active ingredients in it as far as any acne fighting ingredients. And after I put up my last video, Dan from acne.org had messaged me, and he did express concern about the fact that a lot of the products I was using had active ingredients in them as far as acne fighting, like the salicylic acid plus the BP, and he was kind of worried that that might cause my skin some problems, just having too many actives at one time and just, you know, causing me problems, which it ended up happening. So I'm glad that he messaged me because that really gave me a lot of insight as far as what was happening to my skin and things like that. He thinks I might have not been using enough benzoyl peroxide when my skin was, you know, having those problems or whatever. So I still use the same amount now that I'm back on it, and it's working out great. But like I said, what I do with this is I just basically every other day, or at the most once a day. I don't use this twice a day anymore because that was causing me some problems. So I'll do it like every other day or something like that, and it doesn't cause me to break out. It really clears my skin, but it doesn't exfoliate it to a point where it would break out like a lot of the other exfoliators do. So I really like that stuff. If you can find it, it's really nice. It smells amazing, and it makes your skin feel freaking awesome. So like my skin is clear right now. I don't have any breakouts whatsoever, and like I said, the only one I had was just a small one here, and it probably would have gone away on its own if I hadn't picked at it, but I'm a picker. I can't help it. So so yeah, I hope that helps you guys. I know that there were a lot of people that had commented on my previous video that they were just starting the regimen, and I'm really excited to hear how you guys are doing because now I've been on it for a few months, and I'm probably never going to use anything else on my face. I can't see why I would. I'm very happy with it. I still do everything twice a day, everything like I'm supposed to, and I just feel so much better, you know? Like there was like a whole week there, which I've never done this before. Well, that I can think of in years, I didn't wear makeup for like 5 days straight. And I know that that probably sounds stupid and trivial to somebody who hardly ever wears it or doesn't really wear it that often, but I'm someone who wears it like every single day. I mean, days that I'm not working, days that I'm cleaning, I have makeup on, because if I go out of the house without makeup, I would just hate the way that I looked, because I normally had to cover up my skin because I have breakouts, or once the breakouts healed, I had some scarring and some scabs, and it just looked so nasty. I mean, I wasn't nearly as bad as some people. I've definitely seen people with way worse cases than I have, so I'm not saying that, you know, I know what that's like, but I just never had the confidence to go without makeup, and there for like a week, I just didn't wear it, and it felt awesome. And I loved it. My skin felt great. It looked great. You know, I still have some redness and discoloration on my face just because that's the way that my face is. Overall, as far as like breaking out, I have the confidence to go out in public, to go to the store, to go to a restaurant, to go to work, to go wherever without wearing foundation, without concealer, without, you know, tons of stuff on my face. I don't wear makeup now because I feel like I have to. I wear it because I want to, you know, and I've always felt as though I had to at least put something on my skin, at least cover up, because I just hated the way my skin looked. Even if I wasn't breaking out, it would just look like crap. So I'd always have to have something. And once you start putting on, you know, just a little concealer, or just a little powder, or just a little this or that, you just snowballs into, well, now I look weird with just that on, so now I gotta put on this, now I gotta put on my eyebrows, now I gotta put on, you know, eye makeup. So I just now, if I don't feel like wearing makeup, I just don't do it. I don't. And it feels awesome. I just get up, wash my face, put on my moisturizer and everything that I need to do, and I'm good. You know, sometimes I powder throughout the day a little bit, but, you know, and it feels awesome. It feels great. My skin isn't breaking out without makeup, because I used to have that problem too, where if I didn't wear makeup, my skin would break out more. So I don't know if the makeup was like preventing it from happening, at least for a point in time where it was clogging my pores. I don't know. But there for a little bit, well, actually for a couple of years that happened. I would not wear makeup for a day or two, you know, because I was off work and I was just cleaning and around the house, and my face would break out like crazy. It was horrible. So now it doesn't do that. Now I'm just, my skin is balanced, it's even, and I just feel so much more confident being around people, you know, being close up to people, being, you know, in a public setting with or without makeup, because I don't have to worry about all these little pimples on my face, or scabs, or scars, or, you know, it's an amazing feeling. And I hope that if there are, I mean, I know that there are hundreds of thousands, probably millions of other people around there that have that same problem, and I hope that there is a point in your life where you find peace from that, because I know what that's like, and no matter how small or how big the problem is, you know, maybe to somebody else looking at you, it's huge. It's huge to you because you've lived with it, and you think about it all the time. You think about it everywhere you go, every second of the day. The second you wake up, that's what you're thinking about. You're thinking about, what does my skin look like? What do people think of me? Am I covering it up? Do they notice? Do they care? Is it as bad as I think it is? You know, I don't want a picture taken because I'm afraid someone's gonna catch, you know, me looking like a pizza. You know, and I know what that feeling is like, and it's suffocating. It is, because it's all you think about. It's all you worry about. So I will wrap this video up with that, and I hope this was helpful to you if you're having some problems or whatever, if you're just interested in how things were going for me. So I appreciate you watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!